Paul MERSON column, Tottenham sacked Antonio Conte during the international break after his outburst, plus Merse pens an emotional goodbye to the Daily Star. Call me crazy, but I'm not sure it was the right decision for Tottenham to get rid of Antonio Conte. You've got to remember he lost a very good friend in his fitness coach Gianpiero Ventrone, and he also lost a very good friend in Gianluca Vialli. I think both of those took their toll on Conte. We should ask the bloke how he is feeling. He needed support. There was a massive build-up of emotion and pressure, and he just exploded after the 3-3 draw at Southampton. Other people may do it in different ways. I did it enough times when I was manager at Walsall. I would go nuts at the players after a game before returning to my office, and I would say to myself, why have I done that? What I don't get about sacking Conte is that they've now kept his assistant Cristian Stellini in charge. The robotic football was the biggest issue for the fans, so in my view, it makes no sense to stick with someone who was a staple of the Conte era. It was only 4 weeks ago that Tottenham were beaten 1-0 at Wolves, and Stellini was saying we need Conte back. I thought Tottenham would hand Ryan Mason the job until the end of the season or bring in a new permanent manager. I really didn't see this coming. The pessimist in me believes the changes are just a cost-cutting exercise. Appointing a new manager would have been a real statement of intent and would have rallied the players and fanbase for the final stretch of the season, but this is Spurs. They do things differently. The fact Mauricio Pochettino hasn't been given the role tells me the club aren't set on bringing him back. Julian Nagelsmann is a popular choice, but it feels very reactionary because he is now out of work following his sacking at Bayern Munich. Spurs need to make their mind up quickly because their next manager could decide the future of Harry Kane, who we know is out of contract in the summer of 2024. Thankfully for Tottenham, I think Kane is highly likely to stay after announcing his wife Kate is pregnant with their 4th child. It's only natural that Kate will want to be around her family, like we all do, when we welcome a child into the world. Kane also has 3 other little ones, and relocating to Manchester wouldn't be easy at all. It depends how much he wants to maximize his chances of success, although I have said it all along. There is no guarantee he will win the Premier League with Manchester United if they were to pay up. United's Carabao Cup triumph over Newcastle was their first trophy since 2017. They are undoubtedly on the up, but Arsenal and Manchester City are still very much superior. It wouldn't surprise me if Daniel Levy says to Kane, "Who do you think should be our next manager?" That's how important Kane is to Tottenham. The first thing any new manager will ask is whether the England captain is going to be staying next season. Sadly, this week's column will be my last here with the Daily Star after 15 years or so. All good things must come to an end, as the saying goes. I really want to thank everybody I have worked with along the way, and those that have picked up a paper to read what I have to say every Saturday. It has been a real pleasure. The great thing that makes football so special is that everybody has an opinion. Some will agree with you and some won't. I'll be the first to admit I've got a few things wrong over the years. I once questioned Manchester City signing of Kevin De Bruyne, who is now the best player in the Premier League in my view. I'm a Chelsea fan, and I just never saw anything from De Bruyne during his time with the club that made him special. I've now witnessed the improvements with my own eyes and have happily eaten humble pie. It's how the game goes. I will always back my judgment, right or wrong. I'm just addicted to football. I just love the game so much. The sport looks a lot different to when I started this column. There was no VAR for starters. Everyone knows my story and about my battles with gambling, alcohol and drugs, but let me tell you, there is no greater buzz or high than scoring a goal. It's such a special feeling that can never be replicated, and unfortunately, VAR is slowly killing that feeling off. Harry Kane will have to score 700-odd goals, including those that are disallowed, to beat Alan Shearer's record. That's how ridiculous it has become. I've made it clear multiple times that I believe we need to bring ex-footballers into the VAR van to assist the officials with decisions. They would just offer a different perspective, as the current format is evidently flawed. Thank you for watching our videos. Subscribe to our channel to get notifications when we post newest videos. Thank you and goodbye.